It's not Joel Quenneville. I waited. I thought, I'm going to wait and see if this news changes, but it doesn't look like it's going to. The Flyers are stating they had zero contact with Joel Quenneville. They did not ask the Chicago Blackhawks for permission to talk to Joel Quenneville, which is required before signing Quenneville. So, Scott Gordon is the coach of the Flyers, and according to Chuck Fletcher, he expects Gordon to be the coach for the rest of the season. He does have the interim tag, so there'll be some uncertainty, but honestly, right now, Philadelphia is kind of an uncertain team all around. And I do agree with it was. I saw a comment where somebody said, when is the captain going to take ownership? And I would imagine that as a team, the Flyers need to take ownership for the disaster that's going on right now. We're talking some closed door meetings. We're talking some really harsh sessions between players and management. They've really got to figure this out because it's spiraling out of control. Now, when you look at Scott Gordon, he came into the NHL as a goaltender, so that's good news. He can play goalie if you really need him, Philly. But he was an undrafted goaltender, American goaltender, who came in and played for the Quebec Nordiques when they were insanely bad. His first season, he played 10 games, 2 wins, 8 losses, 5.33 goals against, 856 save percentage. A lot of ouch there. I think he was their fourth choice. I want to say they had Fise, they had Tugnut. I know they had Mario Brunetta was another one. Oh, and Sergei Melnikov. So I think, yeah, it was a whole vat of goaltenders that they had going there, and it was just not great. 90-91, he played 13 games. He lost all 8 decisions he had. 5.94 goals against, 787 save percentage. So that was the end of his professional goaltending career. He played for the Halifax Citadels. He played in the American League, International League, and the East Coast League till 93-94. And he retired. And in his playing time, he also played for Team USA in Albertville, France for the Olympics in 1992. Played a grand total of 17 minutes. 1994, he was named an assistant coach for the Atlanta Knights. The Atlanta Knights in 96 were relocated to Quebec, and the club folded in 98. So an Atlanta team moved to Quebec. Psych. Anyways, so after that, he ended up being the head coach of the Roanoke Express in the East Coast League. So he's been coaching for over 20 years. And that's the good news for Flyers fans, is that while Scott Gordon isn't greatly remembered as a coach, and I had forgotten he had been an NHL coach previously until I was doing research for this, but he is a guy with a very long resume. So Roanoke, he coached until 2000. Then he ended up, they didn't renew his contract, so he ends up in Providence as an assistant coach from 2000 until 2008. He became head coach in Providence in 2002-2003. So Providence was having an excellent season. Mike Sullivan was head coach. The Bruins are like, okay, we need help. Called Sullivan up, gave him the head coaching job, and he did pretty well in Providence in that time. His record at the American Hockey League level solid. Then 2008, he is hired to coach the New York Islanders. He's replaced by Jack Capuano at the start of the 2010-2011 season, about 17, I think it was 17 games in. And he became the special assistant to Garth Snow for the rest of the year. As a head coach for the Islanders, 64 wins, 94 losses, and 23 shootout or overtime losses. So you can look at that and say, well, his record's not very good, but Mike Sullivan's wasn't very good in Boston either. So, and he's had some success after. So I would look at what Scott Gordon's record with the Islanders was and say, but it was the Islanders during a very tumultuous era, which they might be coming out of. They could be. Anyways, then in 2011, he ended up being a Leafs assistant coach under Ron Wilson. They kept him around when they got rid of Wilson, and they brought in Carlisle. And then at the end of that season, he was out. 2015, he's named head coach of the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. And he's been there until today, where he is announced as the new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, who currently are 12-15-4. I don't sense miracle worker here, but I do sense opportunity if you're Scott Gordon. Not a lot is expected. It's a fan base who may have thought, why isn't it Quenneville? So Gordon has a chance to come in and work maybe some magic at the NHL level. Again, American Hockey League teams that he's coached have done very well. So that says something that he's a decent coach. And if he does well enough for the Flyers from here, he may get that interim tag removed from his title. I did see interim in the articles that I read, so I'm going with interim as the title. But because of the fact that Chuck Fletcher has said he figures this guy's going to be the coach at least for the rest of the season, I figured why not do a video on this and just refresh people as to who Scott Gordon is, and why he's an interesting curiosity to me, because I do have a Pro Set hockey card, the only hockey card Scott Gordon had from that 89-90 season, where he had that wonderful 5.33 goals against and 856 save percentage. So, and I think all 5 of them had cards in Pro Set that year. I think all 5 of them did. It's kind of fun. Anyways, there you go. New coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.